I'm Adrian, the cruise and travel guy, and in this week's cruise news update, Princess eliminates boarding groups, Britannia snaps her lines, celebrity is no longer all included, Port Kembla firms up as Sydney's alternate cruise terminal, and my Kimberley Expedition cruise review is now live. P&O UK's Britannia broke free from her mooring last Sunday due to extreme winds in Spain. With gusts of up to 120 km per hour, the 143,000-ton vessel snapped its lines and was pushed into a neighbouring tanker. Whilst a small number of passengers suffered from minor injuries, the greatest damage occurred to one of the ship's lifeboats, which happened to take the brunt of the impact. With reported structural damage, the lifeboat could not be repaired on board, and as a result, 231 passengers were required to disembark in order for the ship to meet its obligations under maritime law to provide sufficient access to lifeboats for all guests. It's not clear who was selected to disembark the cruise or how that decision came about, but all of those passengers will receive a prorated refund for the days that they missed, as well as a 20% discount off a future cruise booking. As if that wasn't bad enough, because of air traffic control issues in the UK, those that disembarked weren't able to fly home until yesterday, Thursday, August 31st. I think I'd be asking for a full refund at that point. Princess Cruises has confirmed changes to its check-in and boarding logistics effective immediately. Where passengers were previously allocated arrival windows based on their room type or deck number, now all passengers will be free to board anytime between the official check-in start and end times. Full suite and reserve collection passengers or those who are Platinum and Elite Captain Circle members will have access to expedited boarding on arrival. Guests are still encouraged to upload their identity documents into the Medallion app to speed up the check-in process once they've arrived at the pier. The cruise line also confirmed that its Australian guests can look forward to receiving their medallions in the mail in 2024, with Princess Plus and Premier passengers likely to receive free postage, while Princess Standard guests may have a nominal fee attached to their order. In the spirit of recent moves by multiple cruise lines to diminish passenger inclusions to deal with rising inflationary pressures, Celebrity Cruises has announced a number of reductions for its all-included fare structure. All-included is a fare type that allows celebrity guests to choose a higher upfront cost for the return of included tips, Wi-Fi, and a classic beverage package. From October 4th, however, the all-included package will no longer cover the cost of crew tips. Instead, guests who book an interior, ocean view, or veranda stateroom will be charged an additional US $18 per person per day, with concierge and aqua class guests charged US $18.50. For guests who book into one of the cruise line suites, known as the Retreat, they will continue to have access to premium Wi-Fi and a premium beverage package, but will likewise lose out on the included tips. Instead, they will see an additional US $23 per person per day charged to their onboard account. Guests of the Retreat will also miss out on the onboard credit that formed part of the previous offering, with up to $800 onboard credit no longer on offer. One improvement comes for Aqua Class guests, who will no longer be required to book the all-included fare as was previously the case. They will now have the option of booking the cruise-only standard fare. Celebrity likewise faced the wrath of its fans on social media when reports began to emerge that they were charging $2 for a chocolate chip cookie. Apparently a test run on board its ship Equinox, Celebrity later clarified that the charge was only for a freshly baked warm cookie, and that room temperature cookies and everything else that was complimentary on board in the past remains included. What a time to be alive. At the Australian Cruise Association or ACA conference held this week, plans for Sydney's second cruise terminal appeared to firm, with Port Kembla now in the running. Existing maritime facilities coupled with the addition of a new terminal could see the location used as an alternative turnaround port for Sydney. According to ACA Chair Phil Holliday, Wollongong's proximity to existing road and rail infrastructure makes it the perfect fit. Car parking facilities could also be part of the mix, allowing passengers to drive and park at the terminal, which is very common in the cruise capital of the world, Miami. New South Wales Planning Minister Paul Scully also confirmed that Yarra Bay in Sydney's south and Garden Island in Sydney Harbour have both been ruled out as potential cruise terminal alternatives. New South Wales Ports, which privately owns Port Kembla, will make the final call. Finally this week, my Kimberley Expedition review is live on my channel, and if you haven't watched it yet, I would love it if you could give it a view. It was a labour of love and I'm quite proud of that video, and I would love it if you could watch it. Likewise, if you are looking to book a cruise on any cruise line, you can head to my website, thecruiseandtravelguy.com.au, and if you haven't done so already, you can give me a follow on Facebook and Instagram at @thecruiseandtravelguy. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Whilst a few passengers suffered from minor injuries, the majority of the impact was, Whilst a few passengers did suffer from minor injuries, Now all guests are free to arrive for check-in during the window Now all passengers can head to the terminal for boarding anytime between the official check-in and end windows. Between the official check-in open and start. Nope, that would not be, that's the same.